Right now, a heat dome is looming over 1.6 billion people in India and Pakistan, like an invisible potlood firmly sealing off the skies across the entire South Asian subcontinent. In some extreme local areas, temperatures have soared to nearly 51 degrees Celsius, hitting historic highs, while surface temperatures even exceed 60 degrees Celsius. Mosquitoes are nearly dying from the heat. Monkeys are so overheated they jump into wells, and crows refuse to take flight. This is no science minus fiction scene, but a harsh reality unfolding in May 2026, serving as an early warning of an unfolding global climate crisis. The victims for now are the 1.6 billion people of India and Pakistan. Yet, sooner or later, all of us may face the same plight. Stay tuned, and I will explain what a heat dome is in one simple sentence. Everyone has a pressure cooker at home, right? But ingredients inside close the lid, and trapped steam sends the temperature soaring rapidly. A heat dome is essentially a planetary minus-scale pressure cooker. Its lid is a massive high pressure air mass, an invisible glass dome pressing down on billions of people and trapping hot air close to the ground. Worse still, this air mass generates extra heat on its own. Indian expert Anil Prakash explained that sinking air within the dome gets compressed and heated up, while all clouds are pushed away, leaving the ground exposed to unobstructed scorching sunlight. To put it plainly, there is a giant pot hanging in the sky and raging heat blazing on the ground, with local residents strapped inside like food being simmered away. And this extreme heat spell has already lasted for more than a month. Then comes the crucial question: how long can humans survive in a 50-degree Celsius environment? Many assume places like Dubai and Saudi Arabia see equally high temperatures, so it cannot be that deadly. This is a total misunderstanding. Those regions have dry heat, while the Indian-Pakistani subcontinent suffers from humid heat. The difference is just like that between a dry sauna and a steamer room. In such humid conditions, sweat cannot evaporate at all to cool the body down. Scientists adopt a professional indicator called wet minus bulb temperature, which comprehensively measures the combined lethal impact of heat and humidity. There exists a fatal threshold in academia. Once the wet minus bulb temperature hits 35 degrees Celsius, healthy adults will die within 6 hours, though the figure seems moderate. It equals an actual air temperature above 40 degrees Celsius paired with 80% to 90% humidity. A 2022 experiment conducted by Pennsylvania State University revealed even grimmer findings. People are already in mortal danger when the wet minus bulb temperature rises above just over 31 degrees Celsius. Contrary to common belief, this deadly threshold is easily reachable. Jacobabad, a small Pakistani city with a population of merely 200,000, has crossed this fatal limit at least twice since 2010. Locals often utter a chilling remark: if we ever go to hell, remember to take a blanket. The hell might be cooler than here. It sounds like a dark joke, yet the following statistics are truly horrifying. On April 27, 2026, Banda city in Uttar Pradesh, India, registered a temperature of 46.2 degrees Celsius, ranking as the hottest spot worldwide that day. On the same day, all top 50 hottest cities globally were located in India, and 95 out of the world's hottest 100 cities were within Indian territory. Satellite imagery recorded surface temperatures exceeding 60 degrees Celsius across northwest India. At such temperatures, an egg laid on the road can be fully fried in just 3 minutes. Heartbreaking scenes keep emerging. Sonali, a pregnant farmer in Jacobabad, Pakistan, had to work picking melons in melon fields under sweltering 50-degree heat. Her 17-year-old neighbor would HR returned to farm work just 2 weeks after giving birth, leaving her infant lying crying on a blanket beside the field to nurse the baby in between work. They are fully aware of the extreme dangers. Yet when interviewed why they refuse to rest, Sonali gave only one bitter answer: if we stop working, how can we feed our children? Bearing scorching heat above their heads, carrying unborn babies in their wombs, nursing crying infants beside them, they toil relentlessly on land baked at 50 degrees Celsius. Medical research confirms that every 1-degree Celsius rise in temperature pushes up the rates of stillbirths and premature births by roughly 5%. All these people are trapped helplessly beneath the oppressive invisible heat dome. Why do we rarely hear about their sufferings amid such a severe catastrophe? Because the Indian government is deliberately underreporting death tolls. Back in May 2024, meteorological stations in New Delhi recorded an extreme temperature of 52.9 degrees Celsius, setting a new historical record. Yet the next day, India's Minister of Earth Sciences came out to deny the data, claiming the sensor malfunctioned and measured the temperature by 3 degrees. It is obvious that authorities try every means to downplay extreme heat disasters by shifting blame to faulty equipment. Hakim Sawi, a Pakistani climate expert, openly criticized the government on Al Jazeera, urging officials to tell the truth and collect authentic disaster data, stressing that this is a genuine humanitarian crisis rather than a political scandal. The actual death toll is far more terrifying than official releases suggest. Researchers from the University of California, Berkeley calculated that thousands of additional deaths occur every week across India during severe heat waves, and a single 5-day extreme heat wave can claim 10,000 to 20,000 lives in total, a death toll comparable to that caused by a magnitude -7 earthquake. Nevertheless, official statistics only recorded merely 110 heat stroke deaths throughout the entire summer, concealing nearly 90% of actual fatalities from public view. Even more chilling is another shocking incident. During India's parliamentary elections in 2024, all 33 polling station staff, including security guards and cleaners, in Uttar Pradesh died of heat stroke on duty within a single day. They had been maintaining election order under blazing sunshine exceeding 40 degrees Celsius until they collapsed. Many may wonder why India and Pakistan are hit hardest and why this disaster breaks out in 2026. 3 major contributing factors are to blame. First, inherent geographical disadvantages. To the north of the South Asian subcontinent lie the Himalayas, blocking cold air masses, dry hot winds blow in from the Thar Desert in the west, while humid air flows in from the Bay of Bengal in the east. Such geographical layout forms a natural giant steamer, as if this land is set with permanent heating mode by nature. Second, the powerful Super El Niño phenomenon. In 2026, abnormal sea surface temperature surge in the eastern Pacific disrupts global atmospheric circulation, forcing subtropical high pressure systems to settle firmly over India and Pakistan, tightening the invisible heat dome and locking high temperatures in place, just like a stuck temperature control switch that cannot be turned off. Third, human-induced damage to nature. A 2025 study by the University of Cambridge indicated that 90% of the Indian population is now living under the threat of extreme high temperatures. Scientists from the World Weather Attribution also reached a startling conclusion: human activities have boosted the occurrence probability of the deadly 22 South Asian heatwave by 30 times. In other words, humans bear 29 out of 30 shares of responsibility for this natural disaster. The most concerning question is, will this devastating heat dome spread to our regions? This is no alarmist warning. History has sounded the alarm long ago. Between 1877 and 1878, a powerful Super El Niño triggered global droughts and cross-continental famines, claiming over 20 million lives. At present, the trend of Pacific Sea temperature changes is almost identical to that of 150 years ago. Worse still, the heat dome is slowly drifting eastward. Experts from China National Climate Center clearly warn that periodic extreme high temperatures are likely to hit South China, regions south of the Yangtze River and Xinjiang this year. International climatologists also reminded that warmer sea temperatures in the Indian Ocean are altering China's monsoon patterns. It is just like your neighbor's house catching fire. You may feel safe separated by a wall, yet flames have already started spreading towards your own home. Everyone still remembers the extreme heat sweeping the Yangtze River basin in 2022, when core cities endured persistent temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius for more than 2 consecutive months, which was in fact an early rehearsal of the heat dome disaster. Meteorologists warn that such extreme heat events will become more frequent, more intense and longer lasting in the future. Are our cities fully prepared to cope? In closing, I have 3 questions for everyone. First, if a heat dome settles over your city, bringing continuous high temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius for half a month, do you have functional air conditioners at home? Can they work efficiently enough? What will you do in case of power cuts? Second, wheat output in India has declined sharply due to heat waves, driving up global grain prices. Will such chain reactions gradually push up the prices of rice, flour, and daily staple foods around us? Third, do you think local residents in South Asia can endure harsh heat merely out of poverty and strong physical fitness? The truth is far beyond that. The Earth itself is reaching its limit. Once our planet can no longer sustain such drastic climate changes, no country can stay immune from the ensuing crises. Feel free to leave a comment telling me the highest temperature recorded in your city this summer. Humans have spent 200 years building towering skyscrapers, regarding modern civilization as a solid shelter. Yet no reinforced concrete can shield people from the wrath of drastic climate changes once the invisible heat dome descends. Wars will cease, international games will end, and global hegemony will shift, but the climate will never compromise, make concessions, or show mercy. The heat dome hanging over 1.6 billion people is not just a regional crisis confined to India and Pakistan, but a common challenge facing the entire planet and all humanity. The next victims could be you, me, or our descendants, and time left for the Earth to adjust is running out rapidly.